Hi, this is Jason Major, and this is another episode of Sweaty Heroes. Yesterday, I got a box of 200 comic books at a quarter at Paper Heroes in Windsor, Ontario. This is I got bag and board, so I just pulled out just so that way all the comic books can fit in a box. And had a really fun time getting a whole bunch of comic books here. So I'm going to show you what I managed to get for a shiny quarter yesterday. So here we go. Absolute Carnage miniseries. Screen. We got Agent X. Alpha Flight. We got Antar the Black Knight, which is IDW. Aphrodite 9 by David Finch, who is a local Windsor artist. Arak, Son of Thunder, who I don't know much about Arak, but he's a DC character from the 80s. Avengers. Another Avengers. An issue of Bane Conquest. I don't know why it was called Batman Bane Conquest, actually. Legend of the Dark Knight from 91. Some recent Batman crossovers stories. Another recent Batman story miniseries. Batman Sword of Azrael reprint, which is cool, by Joe Quesada. Bill and Ted Save the Universe. We got Bishop. Try not to go too fast, but there's 200 comics to go through, so I want to make sure this video is not 20 minutes long. Brigade. Keanu Reeves' Berserker, which will eventually be a movie. Bart Sears did his own creator-owned series called Brute and Babe, which I believe started in Wizard, actually. Captain America. We had this issue before. Celestine, which was by Liefeld, another Angel and Skippy costume. I really enjoy Cyberforce by Mark Silvestri. I got these issues of Cyborg because it says Danger in Detroit. So because Detroit, Windsor is only a half hour from here, where I'm living in Amherstburg. So that's cool. Some more Cyborg. The Dark Knight Medal of Damage. I got double of that, I think. Did I show that one? Daring Escapes. It says Houdini. I don't know why. It would be fun to find out. Dark Stars was by DC. It was kind of the same thing as Green Lantern. It's like their own core. DC Universe Christmas Bash. Deadman, a recent miniseries by Neil Adams. Cool cover by Jay Lee, Deathblow, which was a Jim Lee, no relation, creation. Another Deathblow Wolverine, so Deathblow is Image, Wolverine is Marvel. Tarzan and Sheena teaming up with an Alex Ross cover. Couple issues of Inhumans. Django by Quentin Tarantino and Zorro teaming up in a miniseries. It's actually better than I thought. Yvette Leviathan. I'm a big Zorro fan. A lot of Excaliburs that are more recent. Sorry, I'm not trying to make this too fast. Yeah, an issue of Exiles. The Marvel version. Generation Next. And then after that, we're going to have a whole run of Generation... Oops, sorry. I just want to make sure those don't fall down. These are all Generation X comics. Generation X. Onslaught. That's cool. Generation X, Generation X. Some of these were written by Warren Ellis. Some of them were... That's a cool cover. More Generation X. Even more Generation X. Even more Generation X. Finally, we're done. Generation X. Then we have a Generation X, Generation Teen crossover. We have Gene Roddenberry's Lost Universe, which is after his death, but not related to Andromeda or his other show. Gen 13, or Final Conflict, in our Gen 13. A 40-year-old issue of Green Lantern for a quarter. Guardians of the Galaxy from the 90s, which I think that they'll eventually go to that team because it's a wholly different team. Some Hawk and Dove by Rob Liefeld, who created Youngblood and did the X-Force and created Deadpool. More Hawk and Dove. Title called Hoax Hunters, something different. Clive Barker did some comic books for Marvel. Hokum and Hex was one of them. Independence Day, based on the movie. I have Inhumans. Some Inhuman comics. More Inhumans. Based on Isaac Asimov ideas. iBots, and their science fiction comic. Jean Grey's series. I accidentally picked up 2 copies of this issue. Another Jean Grey. Dark Crystal, Jim Henson. Justice League. Judge Dredd, even though he's not on cover, a dog is. Don't know why. Gotta read it. Justice League Task Force from the 90s. Lady Supreme, Terry Moore, which is Stranger's Paradise. Leave It to Chance by Image. Legion. Leviathan Dawn. Now we get into some really strange things. We get to Lex Luthor, Porky Pig, and I've got 2 copies here. And it's, I don't know why they made Porky Pig like that instead of just a cartoon Porky Pig, but weird crossover. Mantra by Ultraverse. Magnus is during the Valiant run. This is an issue during the New Universe of Marvel. Mark Hazard, Merc. Married with Children, the comic book. Marvel Comics 1001 tribute. Marvel Knights featuring Cloak and Dagger and a bunch of other characters like Daredevil. Green Hornet and Zorro and the Shadow team up. And the Spider. And that's another issue of that. Kieran Gillian doing a sci-fi series called Mercury Heat, set on Planet Mercury. Kind of cool. Mother Panic is another obscure DC title. Mythos is a miniseries featuring the X-Men. Another issue of Neil Gaiman's Lady Justice. This is a kind of cool idea. Another sci-fi story. And then after that, we have a whole run of New 52 Future's End. So New 52 Future's End, New 52 Future's End, New 52 Future's End. I should get the numbers in there so at least you know the numbers in case you're interested. 19, 23, 25, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 40, 41, 48. I guess it was a 52 miniseries. 52 issue miniseries, that makes sense. Right? Got some more still. That's right, there's lots in this box of 200 comics. An issue of New Mutants, more recent. An issue of X-Men. I don't want to pull it out because of time, but it's sideways. So it's actually, sideways like that. And then Howard Chaykin, his title, Power and Glory. An issue of Power Pack from a couple years back. I love this comic book. Punisher Kill Crew. Punisher with the Asgardian goats. I love it. Reggie and Me, which is Archie, but like done for young adults, I think. Straczynski's Rising Stars series. Scion, which is a fantasy series. Random X-Men miniseries, Soldier X. Looks like it might be related to Cable, if I was to guess. An old issue of Spider-Woman, just not in great condition, but the last issue of her original run. Stretch Armstrong, from recent. Thanos, recent story. Ninja Turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady. Ultimate Comics, featuring Ultimate Thor. Ultimate War, I guess it was called. Uncanny Avengers, those were kind of fun. They were like a adventure team. Who drew this? Mark Silvestri X-Men comic. Cool. And then we have some Uncanny X-Men from... This is from early 2000. So... And then some more recent X-Men, of course. Because they were a quarter. Probably just had too many stock. And then after that, we have one last. Well, maybe. Yeah, we can get in one more pile. Oh, good. I almost was worried there that I was going to drop some stuff. And Image Comics Union, Universe X by Kruger and Ross. Alex Ross, I mean. Unworthy Thor. War Machine, first 4 issues from the 90s. The Age of Apocalypse storyline, Weapon X. Here we got 1, 3, and 4. We don't have number 2. Some other random Weapon X, not part of the Age of Apocalypse, but just different X-Men Wolverine miniseries over the years. See, that storyline looks like it's connected. But then Wildcats, written by Alan Moore. It was okay. Wildstorm, a really old issue of Wonder Woman. It was a quarter, not $2. Another issue of Wonder Woman from '78. It has Hitler on the cover. Nazis. Excalibur is Age of Apocalypse again. We got some Xena, Warrior Princess, that are more recent from Dynamite. Another Xena. I think I got 2 copies by accident once. An X Factor. Another X Factor. More X-Men. X-Men Blue. X-Men Children of the Atom. X-Men Children of the Atom. And then finally, all the rest of these are ecstatic, ecstatic, and ecstatic by Mr. Mike Allard. That's all we got here. That's over 200. That's 200 comic books, all for a shiny quarter. They're going to go in a dollar bin. So I encourage you, go check out your comic stores. You'll find quarter bin stuff. You'll find bargain stuff. You'll find a lot of cool stuff. Talk to you later.